do me dirty, I'ma find you, lay your out on the flow. 19 with a I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone. I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone. He said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down. Soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
That's fine. Yeah. Hey, where are you going? We need team.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards.
26.
Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So what's the word I'm looking for here about how this drive just started?
Disjointed?
I'll go with that one. I mean, think about it. First down, took a bad loss on a running play. Take the sack on 2nd down. Now they got to come up with something big here on 3rd.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Throwing is Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. And they convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Von Bell up to make the tackle. So he runs it for 1 yard, then no gain. I don't know that you go back to that well here on 3rd down.
Yeah, I don't know that you do as well, but if you want to get the ball to him, if you want him to have it, maybe you get him into space and throw it to him.
So a 3rd and 9, and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And able to find Graham, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. So
46.
In Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Looking downfield for Jones. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Inside.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. From midfield, here's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. This is fielded inside the 5. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they ended up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And going deep for Hill. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
That's complete to Meredith. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Again, this is Kamara. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He's got his man on the crossing route. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big 30-yard play on 3rd. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Here we go. Green.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They're going to look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Mike Daniels coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Looking long for Thomas. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And it's up and good. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, check 26.
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. Out left side here to Bryant. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Clayton Gathers makes the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got Adams on the hookup. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. The left side throw complete to Adams. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. Rodgers now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's 1st down. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Now, that's something of a pick-me-up, but the offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard.
Green 39! Green 39!
He'll look to throw. Now here's Hubbard underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. They're going to try and throw. Escaping the pressure right. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Reggie Ragland coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long.
Good! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
They'll set up to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Hey, check 26.
Now Rodgers looking to throw on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Here's Rodgers operating from the gun. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And Lutz's kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you've got to score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, or if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And a nice gain at 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
All right, here we go.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll set up a throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there of 22. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time. Really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
And Tavecchio pushed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Now Rodgers throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Hey, where y'all going?
Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Bryant with a catch right side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large. But here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school. I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Back to throw here. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. It's taken to the 26. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And now the Packers get set to go. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot. Great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. To throw on 2nd down, Rodgers. And this is caught by Watkins. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And they'll run it here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, where y'all going?
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Complete to Bryant. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Going for the deep ball. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. 79 yards. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. A big spot now for the Saints as they'll indeed go for 2.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this one's caught. And their 4th quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
We are going.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 23. Oh, he slipped right by him. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A huge play there on the screen pass. 49 yards. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the 4th quarter. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
He may try and run for this. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it with Yeldon. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. T.J. Yeldon, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, this is a kickoff fumble. Now great field position. He's going to get it running right. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Lucky 56. Lucky.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Eluding the pressure right. Hill, and he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Josh Hill, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Saints add on to their lead. And man, Charles, talking about zinging something in there. Those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
I think that interception happened for two reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Buying time to his left. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And that's caught at the 25. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to go up top for the end. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now you start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. Right? This is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I'll bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On play action, now Rodgers. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Here we go. 58.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. Flushed out right. And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying the left side with Kamara. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Going up top. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Brandon, remind me again, this is a rookie quarterback we're seeing?
A rookie indeed.
I mean, because my eyes are telling me something I'm having trouble believing. 5 touchdown passes. He's thrown 5 in this game. Are you kidding me?
Tavecchio good on the extra point. And that will extend this big lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see.
Packer pressure, and down he goes.